Hey everybody, I'm Jason and welcome back to From Tree to Lumber, a YouTube channel about a guy and his sawmill. It is a beautiful blue sky day here in Southern Ontario. I was not planning on doing any sawmilling today, but I just couldn't pass up the opportunity to get out in the sun. I have been very busy in the bush, dragging in logs for the sawmill and for firewood. It's a beautiful winter, so I can get the tractor out deep into the woods, and I'm bringing home some beautiful, beautiful stuff. And I'm going to have material for a lot of videos to come, so that's a good thing. The bad thing is it's starting to get a little bit congested around here. I've got a really nice collection of short maple logs in a wide variety of conditions. I've got stuff that's probably too rotten to use, and I've got stuff that's just kind of interesting, but it's all rather small, and it's kind of piled up, and I want to get rid of it. So that's the project for today. So let's take advantage of the sun and get to it, okay? I have to say the sawmill's been running quite good this winter. I wasn't sure how it would operate in these sub-zero temperatures. This blade isn't all that old. It cut through, I guess, about half of the oak for the wagon project last week, so I'm not expecting any trouble with it. While I'm thinking of it, I'll give you a quick update on that wagon. Everything has gone really well with this little beast. I've definitely used it and used it well for the last week. It's seen the load, believe me, and it seems to be functioning just fine. As I kind of expected, the log I used wasn't, a number one quality, but it was certainly solid, and it's starting to check and, look a little bit ugly. So I don't feel nearly as bad about using that for this purpose. It's probably going to last me 10 years. So sides are removable, and that's really nice. I've brought in a load of firewood with it, and yeah, it's working out beautifully. I'm quite happy with it. I'm kind of amazed at how well this thing is on gas. I've probably operated this since about October on 10 liters of fuel. That's like 2 gallons. Well, it depends on your gallon, I suppose. It doesn't seem to use much at all. I'm quite happy. And the windshield wiper fluid is working out beautifully as a lubricant or coolant in these cold temperatures. And it starts up pretty easy. I'm pretty happy with it. Pretty happy with it indeed. Okay, our first log here is it's actually one of 3. So this was a fallen dead maple tree. It had kind of split into pieces. It was 2 trunks joined side by side, so there's this huge inclusion in between the pieces, but it just fell into parts. So what I want to do is just see if I can get some 1-inch spalted pieces out of this. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to go about it at the moment, but I'm probably going to just twist it in whatever kind of angle I need to get what I can from it. If I get some 1-inch by 3 or 4-inch pieces, that's good enough. The small projects. I like small projects. I don't usually build anything too big. Switched over to my homemade aluminum clamp here. Just want to try it out some more, see how it performs. It seems like a good use for it. Got a nice piece of spalting there. If you look at the end here, you'll see that there's a fair bit going on in here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin this thing around, and I'm going to take some slices this way and then see what I can get out of the length. Okay, there's the first piece done. Not very much here to report. There's a little bit, but nothing great. That's a great big, that's a crack right there. And a little bit there. You know, this board's got a little bit of stuff going on again. It's mildly interesting. You know, there might be a little bit to it. And this one's the same as the other half. You know, I might be able to get small pieces out of it, but so the point of this is to learn as much as it is to get any wood, to be honest with you. You know, the only way I'm going to figure this out is to actually do this. So it's an education, it's a lesson, and I don't mind. I can use this for something, you know, if nothing else, it's firewood. This is the next piece out of that same tree. I think it's maybe got a little bit more potential, but probably not much. You can see here, it's got some nice figure or nice spalting up here. But there's not much anywhere else, little bits and pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go, I'm going to go straight for the heart of the thing. I'm going to cut it right through the figure, or right through the spalt right there. And we'll see if that helps. I'm going to have to flip it around though so that I can line it up better. Actually, what I'm going to do first is I'll line it up horizontally like that. I'll cut it off so I have a nice bottom, and then I'll cut through it. Definitely an odd shape, but you know what? That's where the good stuff comes from, I think. I guess it kind of has to be weird for it to be any good, right? The weirder the better. Seems to be a theme for my life. In a good way. Okay, that's better. Right on. So I guess there's no sense in, you know, beating around the bush with this thing. You go straight for it. Fair enough. I think I'm going to just leave that exactly like that. Okay, so here's the third piece. Just put it on the mill. The first two were definitely experiments. This is, I think, the best of the three. So I wanted to get a little bit of trial and error in before I got to this one. You can see it seems to have spalting throughout, at least on this side. I'll flip it over, see what the other side looks like. Not too much showing on this side, actually. So, just put it on and try it. So I'll put the other side, which shows all the spalting, towards the saw so I can see where I'm cutting and try to make some educated guesses as to where the good stuff's going to be. And let's see how it goes. Well, not much so far. Okay, so these are kind of okay boards, but they're not what I'm looking for. I want dramatic. So when I look at the end here, I see that I'm cutting through stuff where I don't see anything. So why am I wasting my time, right? What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna flip this up this way, and then I'm gonna cut it this way, because look at all the stuff that's there, right? Look at all the stuff that's there. So maybe I'll go down this way. There seems to be a lot showing up on the side, and I'll take off maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 1.5 slabs from that and see what they look like. Yeah, a little disappointing. Most of it's concentrated at this one end. Not very much going on over there. So I'm just going to quit there. This piece here's got a little bit, you know, but it's kind of a funny shape, and it's hardly worth taking. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to square this up. My brother's got a lathe. He, you know, likes to turn stuff on the lathe in the weekends. So I'm going to square that up, and I'll give that to him, and he can play with it.
The next day actually turned out to be as beautiful as the first, just a little bit cooler. Yesterday's logs were a bit of a bust, so I decided to pick out 2 more that I think have a little bit more potential.
All right, these next 2 logs are, I think, a fair bit more solid than the last 2, although I'm not 100% certain of that. But they certainly got some interesting, they got some interesting stuff going on inside them. But like I say, won't know until we cut it. I'm not at all sure how I should cut this one. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on here. So should I cut it this way? Because, you know, I'll get some of that. Or should I cut it like that way and see if I can maximize it that way? The only thing is it's not very thick, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna get. But, you know, if I cut it sideways like this, I have a feeling it's just gonna be a slim little piece, because this probably goes in deeper than I expect it's going to, right? I think the thing to do is I'll take one this way just to get a flat surface, tip it over onto this down, and then just slice it off and see what I get. Not a great start. There's always a chance this isn't going to work out at all. Hidden secrets, huh? Because of the weird shape, I ended up having to put this shim in, this 2x3. I just keep it laying around to hold the tarp down and this kind of thing. I'm gonna have to make a couple of more of these things. They're working out beautifully. They should have a set of those by each of the edge clamps, I think. You know, they're handy. I should probably have one at, honestly, every little bunk, but, well, we'll get there eventually. I was afraid of this rot going too deep, but we'll see. There's potential here. There's some nice stuff going on over here. So, you know, I get what I get, right? Let's take a look. That's too bad. That's too bad, but there's some nice stuff there too, you know. But I'll get something out of this. I'll get something out of this. Here's what I ended up getting out of that one, which is actually not too bad. I probably got more out of that log than I did all of those other little small ones yesterday, but you know, there is some nice stuff going on in here. So yeah, we'll see. I got this little piece too, which is pretty cool. I like these little kind of odd shaped, odd looking pieces.
Had to trim the next log just to get it to fit on the bed. Remember, I can only cut 16 inches wide on this mill.
Lots of potential here, I'd say. I got some spalting already. Maybe a little bit of rot, but you know, it's been sitting on the ground for years, so kind of to be expected. Let's give her a cut, open her up, see what we got. Look at that in there, eh? It's like, it's iridescent. It's like three-dimensional almost, eh? And there's all of this cool swirl, a little bit of spalt, a little bit of a bark inclusion. That's a cool piece right there, like that. The other end's equally cool. Got some spalt going on there. A little bit of spalt there. This feather thing, now I'm not
too sure what's going on there. If that's punky, doesn't feel like it. A little bit of an inclusion. Lots of character though. Love that. That makes the whole thing worthwhile right there. All of yesterday and today just to get a couple nice pieces like that. It even continues through the middle. It's a beautiful piece of wood. Alright, so what I did here is, this was about 3 inches thick. This second piece here has the pith in it, so I left it at 2 inches thick just to see what happens if it cracks. You know, if it cracks, it cracks. Wow. There's what I got. That looks pretty darn nice to me. Look in there, eh?
Yeah, now I feel better. This is what I was looking for, some really interesting and unique boards. I'll seal up the ends and put them in my drying shelter for future considerations. No matter what I ended up with, it really just was a pleasure to spend 2 beautiful sunny winter days playing with the sawmill. I hope you all enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.